knowledge and love, and where they meet, becoming one. You love your child, you love your partner, and you love your family. But do you really know them, their real self? You have a sense of possession. Your love is there, but it is mixed with pride. It is adulterated. It is limited. You truly love when you are prepared to lose yourself completely. You drown yourself like a grain of salt in water. You say, I am a wave who wants to merge and get lost in the ocean. I am a seed who wants to get lost in the soil. You want to take a jump. Apara Bhakti is considered lower devotion, and Para Bhakti is the higher devotion. In Apara Bhakti, the lower devotion, the yogi focuses on rituals, objects, images, or ceremonies in his or her worship of the divine. Whereas in Para Bhakti, the devotion transcends the world, and the yogi strives for union with the divine and liberation from the life-death rebirth cycle. As long as we have attached ourselves with this body, there are fears of losing material comforts, of losing relations, fears of old age, and of fear of death and diseases. Your journey starts when you say, I wish to know and love the unknown, the one who is behind the creation, who is behind the expressions, who is behind the identities. I want to know the ocean, not the waves. Looking inside, you say, I am a body which I can see, but I am still there, the person who feels, a person who thinks, a person who gets hurt, who feels low and who feels high. This is me, who is not visible. Then who am I truly? Who has actually seen the real me? Or have I actually seen the real someone that exists deep inside them? People see my body, but I am much more than this body. I exist, I am invisible, I am eternal. Even when I do not do anything or say anything, I do not disappear. I exist. When you fall in love, that invisible self of yourself, then you are in highest devotion. Now be careful. Whatever you fall in love with, you become that. You follow that. You look up to that. There is a movement within. There is a growth. Then what is the fear? What is lost? What if I lose this finite body when I get the love of ever-existing soul itself? When I lose a small identity, I gain a bigger one. When I exist as a blade of grass, a mountain, a planet, a galaxy, a universe, and a cosmos, my identities are changing. If you do not feel like that, the eternal flame within you is not lit as yet. Before I die, why not taste the eternal nectar, the timelessness of eternal consciousness? Why not know the eternal self residing within before this body drops? Once you recognize the ever-existing divine within, You recognize the divinity in all lives, in all forms, and the fear of death drops. You see a seed merging to turn into a sapling becoming a flower, then a fruit, and then becoming a seed again. You see the life behind the changing forms. Trees come and go, actors come and go, but the play goes on. When we are not there, life was there. When we are gone, life will still exist. We are merely the waves. Nothing adds when we are here, and nothing subtracts when we are gone. Ocean still exists. Truth remains whatever it is. I see myself as a wave who is a part but not separate from the ocean. I am a leaf who is a part of a tree, not separate from a tree. When I attach myself with the whole, that bigger and profound version of me, then I become that. There is love in its purest form. I become what I love. I become what I seek out to be. When we give divine a name, a form, we are limiting the divine. When we say someone is a guru, an angel, a guide, a Krishna, or a Christ, they're all waves. Some may be bigger waves, but waves nevertheless. The one who puts his mind and intellect on the highest, he tastes the highest. He tastes the eternal nectar. The divine spark is invisible but lives forever. Life is eternal. Its form changes. You lived as a child. Then you lived your life as a young one. And now you are old. Once you die, depending on your situations, your intentions, and your agreements, you will be reborn and you will continue your journey. A soul never dies. Know that. Recognize and live your identity as a soul. A witness who never grows old or diseased, but watches you unaffected in all the circumstances, being happy or being sad. When all identifications with forms, be it emotional or mental thought forms, die, the world disappears. The big I dies, and the world dies. You have to know yourself first before you know the divine. Take teachings from someone who has walked the path. Otherwise, all teachings, preachings, and sermons are mere words, entertaining and satisfying your intellectual curiosity. Listen to someone who activates you, who ignites the flame within, whose touch or words vibrate, with whom you resonate, who inspires you, and whose words awaken and take away your sleep. Knowing and reading about your witness soul identity is easy. Reading or listening to some scriptures, you become an expert easily. But now you have become an expert in regurgitation. But becoming a wise person, living your truths, is hard. Devotion and self-effort along with consistency and persistence is required. Alone and by itself, intellectual stimulation is devoid of love. Simply knowing about the divine is not enough. There has to be an element of love and inquisitiveness to experience the truth, a spirit of self-sacrifice and devotion. You have to lose yourself completely in order to know the truth. Extreme detachment from your possessions, emotions, thinking, concepts, and ideas is required. You have to empty your cup completely. Merely saying is not enough. Simply acquiring intellectual understanding is like adding jewels in your crown of your pride. Without the spark of love, knowledge can be acquired, true. And even the most evil persons on the planet acquire it. And we see it is happening. When we see people using knowledge for their own benefit and for the most evil agendas. People acquiring knowledge alone remain in pride, remain in ego, lust, and anger all the times. Without love for divinity and seeing divinity behind all forms, knowledge alone is incomplete. Rather can be used for self-enhancement and even for destruction. Heartfelt love is the door to divinity, not knowledge alone. Action alone brings gross pride. You say, I wish to achieve something. I wish to acquire a name or a status. Then people will recognize me. When I feel defeated by action, then I turn towards knowledge. Now I want to know everything. Now I want to know how universe works. Only one day I realize, running after just knowing that I'm too small and this universe is far bigger. The knowledge I'm running after or seeking is unlimited and never ending, taking me in circles. I feel defeated. I feel exhausted. Knowledge is adding to my subtle pride, which action was adding to my gross pride. Then the realization comes. Neither could I achieve through action nor through knowledge. So why not let me try love? This is where knowledge ends and the love begins. If pure, both knowledge and love become one. In love, there is an element of innocent curiosity. Like a child who finds wonder in a seashell or in a stone or in a butterfly. If impure, when knowledge grows, love diminishes. More intellectual you are, less love you have. You may have manners, code of conduct, and understanding, but you have lost human heart to heart connection. Your career, your material possessions, and your knowledge becomes more important, glorifying your ego. Whereas with love arrives wisdom in its purest form. In pure love, you are ready to dive deep in timelessness. Bigger love means bigger identities. Bigger love means bigger national, planetary, and cosmic family I belong to. I grow in love. When I find the true love, why would I need more knowledge? In front of divine, I can only stand as an innocent child, knowing nothing, but reveling in eternal joy and curiosity. Stopping to enjoy the nature, the rain, a flower. I marvels seeing intelligence and love among ants for their fellow beings, watching flowering in trees and shedding leaves. I laugh when people laugh, and I share their sorrows when they are sad. I live life. I live life to its fullest. My heart is open. I give a hand when a help is needed. Else I watch people making effort, living and finding their own joys. No one is bigger and no one is smaller. I realize. In form, a child may be smaller, but in soul and in spirit, he is complete. He is knowledgeable. Behind his little physical self, I see enormous wisdom and love acquired in countless previous incarnations. I see eternal life existing in plants, animals, rocks, and mountains. I watch in wonder this marvelous creation and the silent creator behind. I watch in wonder this marvelous creation and the silent creator behind, and I revel in knowing I am a part of that bigger being. Namaste.